how's it going, peoples? My name is Turtlehawk, and today what we're going to be doing is something that I've been wanting to do for a while now. I am sorry if I'm sounding a little bit irritated. This is making me mad, okay? So, basically, I've been following this Jeremy KonekoKitten drama for a while now, and basically, for me, this started back when Jeremy was like, oh, I'm quitting Adopt Me, and I was like, oh, I don't like Adopt Me either. Quickly clip to my previous video. That's fine. I agree with you. And then he suddenly doesn't quit. He continues doing it. So I was like, oh, that's stupid. He was doing it for the clout. Dang, I was wrong about this dude. Then he goes through all the banning stuff, and then the whole, tweeting on someone's death, and then this part. So now you're all caught up to speed. But basically, that's my history. I wanted to let you guys know about that one first before I just dive into this critique on his video, because honestly, this new video, not the video that KonekoKitten himself responded to, but this newest one has gotten on my nerves. So let's get in. I'm going to go point by point because that's the only way I'm going to really try to do this. I'm going to try not to show his entire video, but if I do, just know that the more video of his I show, the more I think that it's stupid. The more I think that all of his arguments are trash. So let's get into it.
Any sort of adult drama outside of Roblox is normally met with like 80% likes, 20% dislikes from the person that started it. And then the person that's getting attacked will get maybe like 40%, 50% dislikes. But in Roblox drama, it's always like 90% dislikes on the person getting attacked.
So basically, this is in the point where the video where he's talking for some reason on and on about, I think he goes on about this for like, it's a good intro part, about how in like normal drama, like he equates it to Drama Alert and Keemstar, whatever's getting attacked in the videos usually has about 50% dislike ratio, and then it moves on. And then when in Roblox YouTube drama, somehow the person that gets attacked is like way more nuked, as you will call it later in the video, with dislikes ratios. The only problem with this is, did you ever come to think that Drama Alert is hated by a lot of people because Keemstar himself isn't that great of a person, and that, like, his points aren't usually that great? But have you ever stopped to think that the reason you're getting hate on is because, maybe it is because it's a younger audience, but also because some people take the cognitive time to think about the reasoning and be actually coming to their own conclusion of, yeah, this is a bad person, and this is a bad video, or this was a bad thing to do. Maybe it's just because the argument against you was a lot stronger than maybe Keemstar's would be.
These kids are relentless. They flood over there, attacking them on every platform, saying all the things they can. I mean, it makes sense. Kids have all the time in the world, right?
So this is about the point in the video where I realized that this guy has nothing valid really to say, because he's going off saying that the only people that ever could have commented on his hate videos are kids, even though there are very much so adult YouTubers commenting on those videos. There have been. But even if I don't believe that KonekoKitten's main like audience demographic is super young kids, because I just don't think that kids would be interested in like that kind of drama. Maybe they would, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Personally, I am technically a kid because I am not 18 yet, but I don't know what he's going off on, because he calls us kids a lot, and it's like his one excuse is, oh, the only people that ever hate me are kids. If you keep shoving off all the criticism that you get as just like hate speech or things that are from stupid little kids, you're never going to be able to better yourself, because you're not actually taking the criticism seriously, and a lot of them could help you. And one of the biggest problems is that, like, man, you're just like kind of, I don't know if that's insulting or not. I don't know what to take from that, because I call myself a kid. Technically, I am a sophomore in high school, and what I'm hearing from this is that, right, sophomores in high schools and juniors in high schools, because most of those are under 18, they have all the time in the world. They're drowning in time. What's homework or extracurriculars or trying to get into a college and prepare for their future, right?
What Koneko realizes by now is that he has this massive influence on the community. He's personally nuked my channel 7 times this year, as well as countless other people's channels. I mean, I have to be like the 20th YouTuber he's gone after in these videos, and at what point is someone gonna actually like quit or take it to happen with Cole?
Blatant hyperbole aside, like 20, really 20. I mean, and even less people that actually didn't deserve it. Like, I don't know anyone, because he's just saying facts. But the fact that you brought in Coral into this, come on. Coral brought that on himself. He obviously doesn't feel bad because he never apologized. So he brought that drama onto himself. Does that remind you of anybody?
Kids obviously are gonna listen to what people are telling them. Even if this person is wrong, Koneko is getting almost 100% rating.
And we're back on the train with the kids thing. I hate the standpoint and the argument that kids are just so stupid that they'd take anything you feed them. I mean, to a certain extent, and at a certain age, that's true. But in the human development, in the brain of developing children, there comes to a point where children have to think on their own and draw their own conclusions. That's just how the human brain, as long as there's no disabilities, no interaction or no interferences, that's how it's going to work. It's going to naturally try to defy everything because it's trying to find the right answer. That's the whole point of this. So with your saying they're just going to believe everything you're saying, even if it's completely wrong, there's like, okay, there's more kids defending you than there are attacking you, probably. I mean, like little kids that'll believe anything you say, so check your own demographics. And the whole point on KonekoKitten being wrong because he blatantly accuses KonekoKitten of being wrong because he talks about people being wrong. Then he's like, and KonekoKitten here has 100 view ratings. Like, come on. But he doesn't relay fake information. I can tell that when he edits his videos, he makes sure that he has enough evidence, as much screenshots as he has possible. Especially referring to you, he's always had concrete evidence of you doing whatever he's saying that you're doing. So I don't know where you're coming from. I don't know what standpoint this is. Okay, so that entire point just went over my head.
But I'm just saying now that this sort of stuff that he's doing would not fly outside of like the family-friendly scenario, because obviously in Roblox drama, other YouTubers want to keep hands off.
Come on, man. What are you actually talking about at this point? What do you mean that if this were to go on outside of the family-friendly bubble that it wouldn't fly, man? All he's doing is basically gathering these evidences, and he barely inputs his own personal opinion. He put his personal opinion in the last video because you were calling him out, so of course he's going to take a personal standpoint, but most of the time he's really unbiased, and he takes these screenshots and he presents them as they are. I feel like if his channel was outside of Roblox, he would be the best news channel, because other people are so problematic at this point that they get so corrupted in their own bubble of drama. So I think that any of this would fly. I mean, what do you mean family friendly? What would you do if this wasn't so family friendly? Would you make a whole video of cussing him out and like, I'ma beat you up, man, meet me out on the streets? Like, what are you trying to say in this point?
I just jumped to a point in one of his latest videos without even watching it. Every time I watch one of his videos, it looks like he's guilty. I'm sorry if there's actually like personal stuff going on.
So wait a minute, Jeremy, you actually point out your own fault in that argument 2 seconds after you make it? Yeah, that is the problem. And I'm sorry if he's not super like over the top in every single of his videos. I didn't know that meant that should be condemned. Like, just because he's not super energetic that means that all of a sudden he's like a criminal? What does that even mean? He looks guilty. Like, guilty of what? You can't just look guilty without anybody accusing you of anything. Then you're drawing that conclusion out of nowhere.
And even if he says, hey guys, don't go dislike the video, those kids watching him are gonna go to that person's channel and nuke it and dislike it.
I might be incorrect here, but most of the times when I see Koneko being like, hey guys, don't go to this guy's channel and hate on him, usually what I perceive that as is, don't go to that person's channel and be toxic. So don't go over there and just like spam like, I hate you, you suck, go die, or like hateful messages. But 90% of the messages that I saw in your latest video about Koneko were constructive criticisms and were well written, well thought out. And like I said, most of them were parrying off of his video, but they disliked it. But disliking isn't necessarily hating it. They give the dislike button for a reason. It's not YouTube wouldn't just give an outlet to hate. Like, there's a difference. You're using hate very, very loosely in this scenario.
Obviously, Koneko's not like this in real life. Obviously, I'm not like this in real life. But through the power of YouTube commentary, he's able to create this visual of someone that is not real, and he adds context to it. That isn't that.
I honestly just don't know what to say to that. So you're saying that both of you are putting on some kind of character in both of your videos all of the time? Because if the character that you're putting on is fake and a facade and not what you really are in real life, and his is not what he is in real life, then what purpose is it for you to make up a facade that you're kind of a bad person? You're bringing up death over a virtual video game. You cheat, you've lied, you manipulate your young fan base, and then KonekoKitten is making a facade of actually being, compassionate and honest. If they're both true, then or neither of them are true, it still incriminates you in one way or another. So that makes zero sense. And the point of KonekoKitten distorting his audience somehow, that doesn't make sense to me. I just don't understand that, because I mean, even if he was, which I don't see the purpose in it, like. He's a news channel. He shouldn't need to be really likable. But then what does that make you,
And I think he's negatively impacted a lot of creators to the point where he knows exactly what each video's outcome is going to be like, and he plays it like a game of chess.
Oh, all right. This is where I get a little bit peeved at that, because you're accusing Koneko of being manipulative to his quote-unquote young audience, and yet, what do you have? A very young audience. And what are you portraying KonekoKitten as? Literally Satan. You're saying that all of his videos that are about other YouTubers that are usually just reporting on what the other YouTuber did, somehow he knows in his mind state that yes, I'm going to ruin their career and they're going to be over, and I love it watching their pain. So if he's manipulating his audience to do whatever's happening to you, then what are you doing right now? Because as an adult, I hope that he is not Satan. He is not literally just evil, evil, evil. You are spreading this image that is just so false. It's ridiculous.
After checking the response on the video, for the first few hours, it was 90% positive feedback. Everyone was like, okay, this makes sense, whatever. And then I come back, he's made the video. It's like 10% likes, 90% dislikes.
So I can personally not speak on that. I haven't seen the video before Koneko's video came out, so maybe it is like that. But I have 2 points about that. One, yeah, of course that's going to be how it is. If you're calling another YouTuber out, obviously your audience and the people that follow you are going to see it first. And if they follow you, they're going to be pretty much in agreement with what you say and defending you. And obviously after whoever you're talking about starts to make a response video, those people that probably don't really like you are going to come and try to tell you what you did wrong. So that's just how it's going to work no matter what. It might be how you're saying, so it might be like worse because it's Roblox, which I don't really see the correlation. But my second point is that's not really the problem with what's happening. I mean, like, we've already seen just logically, numbers-wise, yeah, that's going to happen. But you're really just, like, ignoring the points of the video that are being made and just going off on a complete tangent about how you're suddenly getting all this hate from people that are trying to actually be kind of reasonable. So I don't really understand where you're coming from.
So if he puts up a video saying this Roblox YouTuber and that YouTuber should not be married, these people are gonna go after that YouTuber and tell them that, because these kids do not know any better. And I think he's got a duty of care here, and he's neglecting it and abusing it on the daily.
Come on. Even like 5 years ago, my English teacher would have said, if you're going to use an analogy, make it make sense. That had no relation whatsoever. Him bringing up like reasonable evidence of just literally presenting things like tweets and quotes that you said, and just plain facts, barely inserting his own opinion in there, except for a pretty morally correct and a pretty morally like everyone is in agreement standpoint of bringing up death over a virtual video game is bad. Other than those minor remarks, there's not a lot of personal stuff that he really said about you. Maybe I need to study the videos more, but that makes zero sense. Him bringing up those kind of videos versus him literally saying that two YouTubers shouldn't be married, like, that makes no sense. Like, what ground would he have on that? He would never make a video based on two YouTubers that he doesn't think should be married and have no evidence about it. Like, if there was actually a lot of evidence, like maybe accusations or evidence of domestic abuse or something like that, then I can see what standpoint that would be from. I mean, that'd be really weird for him to diverge off of Roblox like that, but I could see like that a YouTuber channel that does things like that, or that does things like he does, like a news channel could do something like that. That would make sense for him to make that claim. But he's not just going to make an unsupported claim out of nowhere. So your analogy makes no sense, because one, it's never going to happen, and two, it just doesn't match. Like an unbiased support or a biased supported not evidence supported claim versus the videos made on you, just they're not the same, they're not comparable.
But everyone can change. I do believe there is a better KonekoKitten in the long run, and I think this is going to help Roblox once he stops this whole negativity and starts promoting positivity.
Jeremy, man, I wish you talked about that point a little bit more, because I don't understand what you mean by that. He's not necessarily spreading negativity. If the only negativity in his videos is clips of something that someone else did, like, that's not his negativity, that's him sharing the awareness of the negativity, which, like, the things that you did shouldn't be masked, it shouldn't be ignored. So there was complete reason in him doing that. And then he went on, I'm not going to show the clip because I don't want to show too much of his video, but basically he said something to the effect of star program YouTubers are more positive in their videos because they're watched by Roblox, and they need to stay kid friendly and everything. But I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Why are you bringing up star program YouTubers, if neither of you are star program YouTubers? He mentioned it one other time, and I was going to say it there, but I just added it in here. Because why would you mention something about star program YouTubers if there's nobody in the star program that's even involved in this situation?
As a 26-year-old man talking to a 22-year-old man, I gotta say, dude, I don't think this is the way to go. I think you owe me an apology, as well as these other YouTubers.
This is a joke. This has to be a joke. I cannot believe that you are demanding this man owes you an apology for some reason. You bring in your age like you're some kind of elder and you need to respect your elders or some kind of thing. And that only further raises the question of like, you are an adult. Why are you acting like you're like a child? You're so childish in so many respects. But I don't understand how KonekoKitten owes you any sort of apology for a couple of your videos being more negative response than positive response. Maybe I don't know what he really did to you personally. He never did anything to you. That makes no sense. He just didn't do anything to you that's really offensive. You just attack anything in sight at this point. Come on, man.
And especially Cole, because you chased him off the platform, and that's really upsetting to see. So yeah, I'd really like an apology for this, and I would like you to treat every other YouTuber the same way you treat Albert, because if he's able to do this crazy stuff, in this example, racism or whatever, and get away with it and be praised and loved by you in your videos, you owe that to every other Roblox YouTuber that's messed up on the same level, dude.
Oh my god, Jeremy, there's so much wrong with like literally everything you just said. First off, Coral, what do you mean he chased him off the platform? You know what chased him off the platform? Him being a jerk to a little girl who was almost on the brink of suicide because he called her cringy after saying how she was a fan, and then for some reason, I don't know, fans just weren't too keen on that one. Run that by me again, Chief, man. that didn't sit well with fans. I wonder why. And then he goes into the whole he owes me an apology thing. He doesn't, by the way. And then the Albert thing again. I have told this in a comment, which you definitely did not see, but my comment was saying that there's a difference between a 17-year-old man talking about racism in an edgy joke and a fully grown man saying death and bringing up death of a personal friend to the developer of a virtual game because you're mad at him for banning you from said virtual game, and then an apology one day later from you, and years later after reflection from Albert. There's a big difference. Large difference. Big difference. Let me just stop you right there. There's a huge difference, and I'm gonna tell you something real loud, real clear. I'm gonna enunciate it very well, just so that I can get through your head. KonekoKitten, just like every other person who hasn't done anything to you and you are accusing, does not owe you anything. Is that clear enough? Okay.
But no, I don't think he's a bad guy. I don't think any of these people are bad people. I know it's easy to paint a picture of people in these videos.
Oh gee, after making 2 whole videos saying why Koneko's a bad person, no, we gotta clean it all up so that the kids don't cut on to me, alright? We gotta clean it all into a basket and just say, oh, I don't hate him, he's not a bad guy, but he does owe me an apology for literally just calling me out on things that I did. This is not a hard concept, Jeremy. He doesn't owe you anything, and you saying that you don't think he's a bad person doesn't change the fact that both of your 2 videos are just laid on complete sand for foundation. Complete sand. It all crumbles because you make no sense at the foundation.
And Koneko, I think it's a really good time for you to sit down and make a video and talk about the effects of your audience, because you've got Roblox as a whole listening to you and you're influencing these people like crazy, and Roblox doesn't deserve it, and these creators don't deserve it, and most importantly, your viewers don't deserve this level of manipulation.
Okay, so, will everyone give a round of applause to that speech? Who do you think you're influencing here? The entirety of America? Maybe, no. So, basically, what I'm hearing is, you all of a sudden think that KonekoKitten should sit down and talk about the influence that he has, because no one deserves it, as you say. Well, aside from the fact that his influence usually is deserved, because all he's doing is just reporting on other things, one thing that I want to point out is, yeah, everyone should probably have once they have a good following, they should probably sit down and probably record a quick video on top of whatever videos you're already planning on recording, and saying, hey guys, I've noticed a problem and an issue that people have come up to me with by saying, that a lot of you guys have been going on to different people's channels that I've been mentioning in my videos, hey, your guys are hating on me, so can you please tell me to stop or whatever. But not KonekoKitten, because I don't think he's ever run into a problem like this before. If you are saying as much as you're saying is true, then you'd at least think that people would come up to him and be like, hey man, your video has garnered me a lot of hate, could you please either take it down or have a talk with your audience or something. Because you're not about to out here claim that you're the only one who's brave enough to confront this menacing creature, right? You're not trying to say anything like that, because it's really just the complete warped image of what is happening here. Your speech about, no one deserves it, so if what he's doing right now is apparently manipulative and is causing a lot of hate, how much more civilized is he supposed to get without completely changing the entire thing of his channel, losing a lot of followers in the process? I feel like that's your biggest goal here, Jeremy.
And Koneko, I don't really like talking about this stuff. It's 7 videos he's made on me this year. I guess this is number 2, just trying to respond to whatever he's doing. But yeah, if it makes him happy, whatever, but let's move on, I guess.
I don't really like recording these videos, but I do like the money that it's all getting me from all this drama, so I'm gonna make them anyways. That's all I'm hearing. I mean, as KonekoKitten says, respect the hustle, but I mean, your video had no purpose, 0 purpose, there was no point in it, so if your thing is like, oh, he made 7 videos on me, I can make another one. Yeah, but his videos were because you continuously were doing stuff, so if you really wanted him to stop, you could have just stopped being problematic. That's basically what I have to say to you. Uh, because his 7 videos had a purpose. Your 2 videos had 0 purpose. So, my final standoff on the video, right here, right now. This entire video, including the last one, well, not less so for the last one, because the last one had at least a point to make. This one had 0 point, other than, this guy acknowledged me. I'll acknowledge him back. Like, that's not a reason to make a video. It's the longest amount of time that I have ever seen anybody talk about literally nothing since like I don't know some debate that happened for elections or something years ago. I don't know. Anyways, guys, this was my response to yours, because I don't know if Koneko is going to make another one. Probably, but probably not, actually, because, like I said, there's nothing to respond to outside of the stuff that I've said, which is kind of a lot, because this video is like half an hour long. Apart from the stuff that I've said, there's not much to say, because you haven't said anything of value other than, fluff. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Jeremy fans, if you're watching this, feel free to debate this out in the comments. I'll be happy to talk with anyone that wants to try and argue their side. I'd kind of want to get into a good understanding of people that that defend Jeremy, because I honestly cannot see it, and apparently neither can Jeremy, but I don't know what you're drawing at, because there's not a lot of evidence Jeremy's giving you. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! 'Cause I'm just starting to